Hello friends, welcome to LearnVern. Last time we saw the Ggplot example in R, and today we are going to see how do you plot histogram using the Ggplot library.
So now let's plot a histogram. Now when I am plotting an histogram on y-axis, there will always be count. Fine. So in histogram, we don't want something called predefined on y-axis. So I'll define p2 equals to ggplot. My data is tx housing, and I want to plot sales on x-axis. I'll say P2, I'll view P2, so I can see an empty graph, an empty chart has been plotted here. So what I'll do is now P2 plus geom underscore histogram. I'll press Control Enter. Sorry, I mentioned P1, it has to be P2, and I can see that a graph has been plotted here. Right, this is a histogram with predefined bins, and you can see the count also. Now for every geom object there are some statistics. So when you are using a geom histogram, then you are using bins as statistic. So I can also mention here stat equals to bin, which won't make any difference. Fine. Now if we want to change the bin width here, let's say I want to keep bin width of 30, I can also do it here. So you can say, as I have lowered the bin width, the size of the bar have been reduced. So this is one of the important things you can always do with histogram. If you want to change the color of this histogram, then you can also do that. You can say fill equals to, let's say I will say blue, and you can see a blue plot has been, you can see the bar in the blue color. Now one of the important things you can see here is the big towers, the big bars are on the initial side only, and you are least interested in the end points. So when the scale increases after 2500, I am not interested in that. I want till 2500. So when you are doing this type of things with a base plotting system of R, then you need to subset the entire data, but this is not the case in a ggplot. What you can do is you say plus, you say xlim. So xlimit stands for from where starting point to the ending point. So from 0 I say 2500, and I plot my graph, and you can see the limits have changed from 0 to 2500. Still I want from 0 to 1000 only, so I'll say 1000, and you can see that my plot has been in a dark blue color. Let's change the color first. I'll say gray, and then we'll move with our other plotting systems. Now similarly, you can change the y limit. You can change the y limit from 0 to 500. You can subset the data here in a similar manner. So this is all about geom histogram. So this was all about histogram. Now let's move on to plot a scatter plot. I'll say P3 equals to ggplot. My data remains same, but now I want to have some other variables to check. I'll say AES x equals to listings and y equals to sales. I'll say plus. So when you want to draw a scatter plot, you say geom underscore point. You check for P3, and you can see a graph here. So you can see listings on x-axis and sales on y-axis. So you can see there's a clear trend as the listing increases, and if it increases after 1000, then sales also increases. Fine. So this is one of the simple interpretation which we can make from this graph. Now, if I want to add something else, for example, if I want to see how these values have been displayed as per city, fine. So what I'll say, I'll go here in the geom point, I'll say as color equals to city. I'll say plot P3, and you can see the graph here. So the dots which have been you can see on your screen are arranged as per the city. So you can see the number of cities starting from Abilene to Wichita Falls. So let me do one thing for you. I'll make something easy for you. What I'll do is I'll subset this data based upon certain cities, and I'll show you how it looks like. So if you want to change the data, you can change it here. You say TX housing, you use basically indexing TX housing dollar CT percentage in percentage C. So let me consider first city as Austin, second city as Dallas, third city as Lufkin, fourth city as Midland, fifth city as Tyler, and I'll consider one more, and that is Waco, and I'll say control enter. So there's an issue here, there's some error. Let me check it out. So what mistake which I had done, I failed to mention comma here. You can see P3 here again, and now this graph becomes more interpretable for you. I'll say zoom, fine. So you can see Austin, this part is Austin, this part is Dallas, so something blue is Tyler, Waco, and they are at lower parts. So listings for all the cities except Austin and Dallas are very low, and their sales are also very low. So from this given 6 cities, highest sales come from the city Dallas. So this is one thing which you can always consider while doing Ggplots. So this was all about plotting a scatter plot. So this is the way where you can modify your data, so you can plot in different ways. Now let's move to another point. So up till this point we had seen aesthetics and geom objects which are available in Ggplot. There are many there are many functions available in Ggplot. You can have box plots, you can have the density plots, and much more. If you want to see what is available, you can see the package, you can refer to the package of Ggplot, and you can see varied things available there. So we are considering these 3 things, hoping that this might help you for other functions also. Now let us move on to something which we call as scaling, or which we call as naming the axis, or mentioning the head, mentioning the titles. So if I want to mention the titles for this graph that I had plotted for the graph P3, what I'll do is I'll say P3 plus GG title, what title I want to give. So I'm telling title as sales versus listings, fine. I'm telling sales versus listing is to be the main name of this graph. So if I want to mention the subtitle, I can do that. I'll say for 6 cities only, fine. If I press Ctrl Enter, you can see here sales versus listings for 6 cities only. So this is how you can mention the titles. If you want to change the the way the axis names are, so you can also do that. I'll say plus X lab listings plus Y lab to be sales. say control enter, and you can see the name have been changed, capital sales and listings. Fine. So these are the way you can change the name of your graphs.
So this was all about plotting histograms in R, and now in the next lecture we will discuss scaling in ggplot.